Hello and welcome back to the 2024 Vanguard GT. I'm the CEO Mike Atkins. Joining me as always is Mark Howard, Marvelous Mark Howard.
You. All right.
And we are bringing you guys round 3 of the tournament here. We decided to stick with the top table, even though it is another Order of the Green Lady versus Northern Alliance. Because we kind of wanted to see Brad and Dale play. So this is more about wanting to see these two players play each other than wanting to necessarily see these armies again. So there you go. That's what's up.
Yeah. Now these are two very, very good players. Dale generally, more often than not, places towards the top. I'm not sure how many tournaments he's actually won, so he's kind of like a low-key, really, really good player if you haven't played against him before.
I feel like he won one in the Northeast.
Yeah, but he's normally up near the top. He plays Dwarves very often, but he also plays OGL, so he's going with that for now. And once again, Brad is on the Pilgrimage GT this year and has been doing really well so far this year. So this is actually probably going to be a really, really good game, even though you are, in fact, watching two factions that have played each other the last 2 rounds. It should be a very different game than both, hopefully. That's what we're looking at, so it's going to be fucking sweet.
Yep. So let's go through their list while they're doing their setup. This is Brad's Northern Alliance list. Anybody that saw round 1, this will be the same list. So he's got a regiment of half-elf berserkers with boots of striding. He's got 2 regiments of pack hunters. He's got a regiment of icekin hunters. He's got a horde of human tribesmen with tundra fighters and fury. He's got a regiment of tundra wolves with brew of strength, who were just clutch in the first round.
Yes, they were.
He's got a horde of Frostfang cavalry with tundra fighter and staying stone. Mm-hmm. He's got 1 regiment of Frostclaw riders with ice bombs. He's got a regiment of snow foxes, a cavern dweller, an ice queen with the periscope, blizzard and bane chant, a scald with throwing axes and bane chant, the loot for bane chant, and he's got Hrim for 13 drops.
Sweet Hrim.
25 unit strength there. And Dale's list.
Yep, so Dale's list, same thing as last round. We have the 2 regiments of Brotherhood Centaurs. We have 3 Order of the Redemption units, 1 with Brew of Sharpness, 1 with Blessing of the Gods. They all have, I think they all have the Sacred Water. Yep. We have 3 Order of the Forsaken hordes. Or no, 1 regiment, 2 hordes, my bad. And 1 has Jesse's Boots of Striding, 2 Pegasus, 2 exemplars of the Brotherhood, and 1 of them has the loot. So we have the loot run around on both lists, and the Avatar of the Green Lady, which we've seen him use to pretty great effect. Last game, Dale actually was able to get, I think, a Cloak of Death off on 5 units at once while healing 1 of his units.
Yep.
So pretty good.
Quite good.
They have chosen their secret objectives already.
They have. And Dale is going to try to do quality over quantity. Quality over quantity means keep your highest point cost unit alive for the entire game. So for Dale, that is probably going to be
the Order of Redemption 285 unit with Brew of Sharpness, as you do.
Yep.
With the Sacred Water. Yep.
That's only 275. Yeah, so it's going to be the Sharpness Order of Redemption. He's going to try to keep alive.
Yep.
And then Brad is doing Sever the Head. And Sever the Head is route more non-scoring enemy units than your opponent routes non-scoring units. You can only select this objective. Your opponent begins the game with at least 1 non-scoring unit. So he's going to be looking to basically murk those 2 exemplars.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And he'll keep his wizards away to the best of his ability. Depending on how the game goes, if it's still close, Brad should be able to protect them fairly well. We'll see how it goes, though. Whereas he's looking to kill the exemplars of the Brotherhood, they can also run around things and start punching wizards in the face if he's not careful. Should be pretty fun. So we'll see how it goes. Mike and I are doing a little sippy time.
That's right.
Yep. But not bad. So I think they're just talking out each other's lists, feeling it out, which should be, what you should be doing most of the time when you play people. If you can, just to clarify, so you don't get caught with things like not knowing the Tundra Wolves hit on 3s.
Yep.
I hear that's rad. And what is our scenario?
Protect and raise.
Oh, okay.
A variation on the standard raise where you still want to try to burn the ones on your opponent's side for the point. You still want to hold the middle for the points, but you also want to keep your opponent from burning the ones on your side. You will get points for keeping.
Oh, so you can score on your opponents at the end as well of the game, right?
Yeah.
They're just objectives you can score on. That's
Let me
nice.
read the whole thing. So after rolling off to choose sides, place one objective marker in the exact center of the board. The players then place 3 more objective markers 6 inches from the center line on their opponent's half of the board. So that's standard per raise. Rolling off to see who places theirs first. Take it in turns until all objective markers have been placed. You cannot remove the central objective or objective markers on your side of the table. VPs can be accumulated from round 2 onwards as follows. 1 victory point for each objective marker you control on your opponent's half of the table at the end of the turn. Claimed objective markers on your opponent's half table are then removed, so that's burn them at any point during the game for 1 point. 1 victory point if you control the central objective marker at the end of the game, so that again is standard raise. And then 1 victory point for controlling each of the objectives on your side of the table at the end of the game.
Okay, so you're looking at as long as they can't burn these, you can get those extra 3 points. It's actually very strong.
Yeah, if you keep units back to hold them, you do have to keep unit strength on them.
This will be interesting because depending especially on Brad's army being a little less shooting than we saw in the last round than Ryan's, you're going to have him predominantly being on his side of the board, as the last time he played, OGL kind of turned into that. So he might be able to protect Dale from burning the tokens, but at the same time, he might not be getting past Dale to burn tokens of his own. So we'll see how that goes. Dale will be running forward to charge in with things, so I don't know how much he's going to be scoring them at the end of the game, but he does have still some Pegasus. If he doesn't need them for chaff, they can sit back near the end of the game and run over to him, things like that. Should be very, very interesting. And you see the first placement starting to happen, so Dale's starting out with it. You'll only see that one in the center, so that should be interesting to see if they end up doing the central deployments on both sides like they did last time. Let's see where it goes. As far as the map goes, I see the forests on each side. I see the hills on each side. I don't see anything too super advantageous on either side of the other. That building will separate the board quite a bit more than some of the previous maps we saw. So it'll be interesting to see if either of them put anything on that side of the building, to be honest with you. I will also be curious to see how close they place the raise tokens to each side, or if one of them is going to try and go for trying to place them as much as they can on one side and try and overwhelm, which you see OGL do very often as a strategy. Sippy time. Yeah, so you can see. So you do see that Dale's already placed one of those on the other side of the building. So I'm sure he will try and use that. Ooh.
It's not 2 for 2. We tied once. It's 2 for 3. No.
Yeah, we got Ed in the room with us, so people in the background are going to hear Ed yelling a lot because that's what he does.
Yeah. He's a nightmare.
Let's take a look while they're setting up the objectives. Let's take a look at the overall current tournament standing, just for funsies.
Yeah, no, let's do it. Let's talk about this. I don't know if everybody following at home has seen this so far. It's pretty good. So,
all right. So after 2 rounds, we got Dale Motley with 44 total battle points. That's 23 points per round he can get. So Dale's gotten a lot of points. Bart Kohler coming in 1 point below him, but of course not playing him because of club immunity.
Yeah, and Bart making a strong showing with his list. He's up there. He's beating people's asses, so it's nice to
Yep,
see.
he's playing Night Stalkers. It's a nice looking Night Stalker list.
Great
Uh,
looking Stalkers
Bart
list.
Bart always gets a great sports score, and he'll have a good paint score. So if Bart can stay near the top, Bart can potentially like slip past somebody to win overall if
Yeah,
he's within a few points on
definitely.
battle.
Yeah.
But yeah. There's double Nerd Hammer at the top, and then triple Dojo right under that for those folks at home who are interested in things like the Cup, which you can see over my shoulder here.
What's that?
Hey, that's the Cornwell Cup, which we hand out at the end of every Mid-Atlantic tournament to whichever club has the highest total combined scores of their 3 best performing members. It's up to the TO whether that is battle or overall. Here this weekend, it is overall.
Yep. Okay, cool. Oh, the overall will be interesting. So, yeah, I mean, you have a lot of close scores up at the top too. It's actually not as varied as I thought it would be.
No, like it's the field is pretty stratified, as you can see here. Right, we got some folks at the bottom that are struggling, and then just a couple in the teens, and then 20 on up here, quickly up to
Our
the
round
30s
3.
and
Do we currently have Jordan versus Langle?
Let me see. I need to refresh. Sorry. Not 3 pairings. There we go.
I wonder.
No.
No, it's Tony Nielsen. All right, cool.
This is Tony. Yep. And
be
Lingle's
fine.
playing Andy Fisk.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's kind of what they look like. You can find this, a link to this file on the Vanguard GT website, vanguardgt.org. We'll link to the results if you want to follow along with this for the rest of the weekend and see how things develop.
Yep, definitely.
So
Yeah, a lot of strong players at the top in general. It's pretty rad to see. So I think no matter what happens with this round, I think our rounds 4 and 5 tomorrow are going to be pretty incredible matchups to watch.
Definitely. We might even see an army other than War the Green Lady and Northern Lions.
Oh, that we will. That we will. Maybe not the Northern Lions, but... All right, so they look like they've got their tokens down.
Yep, and they are ready to start.
I've noticed that Brad put all 3 of his tokens more center to the table.
Yep,
I know that
Dale kind of hid his behind the building. Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see if Dale will choose his right side of the table to put some units to go around the house, and if Brad ignores that, if he feels the need to try and take the center earlier.
Hey, Sean, did they have a clock?
Keep going.
You guys have a clock?
Yes.
You are not seriously trying to start another game without a clock, are you?
It's a 2-person player game. Don't look at me like I did. You were the too.
Alex, you should know better.
Yeah.
To raise and protect, if you can't legally place some tokens, what happens? Like they're not within 18 of this.
Are you playing like you can't put it all across?
All right, so Mike is off dealing with some just some clarifications for rules and everything for everybody, as he is also the TO of this tournament, so bear with me anyway. So these guys are going to be planning all their stuff out. You see everybody getting their tokens out. We're about to get underway here for our deployments. Should be pretty gnarly. So it'll be interesting to see. Dale has somewhat of a different list than Alex. And Brad has a little bit more close combat kind of than shooting than Ryan did. So he can approach this matchup a lot slower than Ryan can in a sense. And he has a lot of answers in combat, which is what you want to see from playing OGL, I think. Alright, so Dale's coming back to the table. Let's take a quick break. Hopefully they will start their deployment soon.
Yeah, so the first 2 rounds, I mean, we saw Brad against Alex Chavez playing Order the Green Lady, where Brad had a lot of luck early with some shooting, picking up a hammer unit, and his wolves with Brewer strength, kind of surprised Alex by picking up another one of his units early, and that kind of put Alex on the back foot. And from there, it was just good solid maneuvering, no mistakes. Brad picking stuff up.
Yeah.
Round 2, Dale kind of turned around and did the same thing. It's like, all right, now we're going to show you what Order of the Green Lady is supposed to do if they don't get shot to death before they get there.
Correct.
So now we'll see. Now we'll see what happens here.
Now, a thing that people also don't talk about very often, but an interesting thing in these tournaments, because they happen just like they do in things like sports and other things when you're playing tabletop games. It'll be interesting to see if Brad's willing to pull the trigger on an early move like he did in his first game, where he just charged his Tundra Wolves out and just hope for the best, because they're both undefeated and in round 3 right now. So it's the pressure of the person here that wins this will be going into day 2 undefeated, probably at the top of the pile. So how much will that affect their decisions on taking risks?
Yeah.
And that sometimes can make or break people in terms of, I should have just charged in and done that. And it's going to be brutal because both these armies have the ability to just, as you saw in some of the games, one turn they can rip 3 to 4 units of an enemy army off the table, which is brutal.
Absolutely.
So pretty psyched to see how they do with that.
I will also bring up that this is the last minute Atlantic tournament before the cutoff for our season in terms of Masters qualifying. And right now, Dale is in 8th place in the region. And Brad is down at 13th.
Yep.
So Brad is looking to finish well enough of this tournament, hopefully, to qualify for the Masters. I don't think Brad can actually come to the Masters because he's got a conflict.
He can.
Right. But he certainly.
But it'd be nice to see if he gets there.
Yeah.
Yep. I think we actually have a few people, sadly, in our top 8 currently. I think we have 2, maybe 3 people that we kind of know can't make it.
Yeah.
Which is a shame to see, but
yeah.
A few of them up there, especially, are very strong players that I don't think will have trouble qualifying next year if they get the chance.
Yeah.
So
just depend on
Mid-Atlantic is filled with some very strong players, but
we know next year Masters is going to be in California, so it's going to be a hike.
It will, but I hear California is nice.
It's also kind of a destination. Yeah, it's kind of a destination Masters. Yeah.
So, it's one of those things where you can also talk somebody like a significant other or whatever else. Hey, why don't you come to California with me? And while I play with little men, you can go graze around the beach or shop or do whatever you want to do. Take the kids somewhere, whatever.
If we're in Southern California somewhere, San Diego, LA.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Make a week of it. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, exactly. So one of those things you can plan around pretty easily. So we'll see what happens. So right now we got Dale. He's already placed down, looks like a unit of Knights and a unit of Forsaken and a unit of Centaurs.
Yep,
and
that's his regiment of Forsaken, it looks like.
Yep, and you can see Brad is already just deploying his infantry units on the center line.
Is that Cavern Dweller already down, looks like?
Yep, it looks like the Cavern Dweller might be down, but you can see he's just putting his units in the center. I'll be very interested to see where the Tundra Wolves and the Frostfang Cav end up, and it's going to be interesting. Now, once again, point out, I believe that Dale actually has a little bit more in the units department than Alex Chavez did, so he has a few more things he can kind of throw into you, and we'll see how much that plays a part in this. We will also see, if you watch the last game, Dale was able to lock down Hrim very effectively. I will be very curious to see if Brad can find a way around that and actually have his Hrim be effective throughout the game. So it's very important that Hrim gets to do that if he can. He's a lot of points.
Yep, and they are actually both 13 drop, 25 unit strength lists.
Yep.
So even Steven there.
Okay, so there's the Cavern Dweller drop. Yep, and we'll also see the Cavern Dweller in this game. Always an interesting piece in this type of fight because he is Crush 3. And against the Defense 5 predominant army, it's a guy who's wounding on 2s. And that can be very devastating. Still got your L in there.
I sure do. I do. Do it live.
Woo!
Turn my ticker back on. All right.
In the tour packets mentioned it before. for raise, you can only raise them from turn 2 only.
Yes.
Is that the case for this scenario as well?
Yes.
Better tell people because it doesn't say that.
I don't think it says it here yet.
VP can accumulate it from round 2 onwards
In raise, yeah.
in the player's pack.
Is it?
Oh, it's right here. I see.
We can read.
We can.
We're great at reading English.
Yeah.
Because I'm not from Speaking of my second language is hard.
Okay, that's fair. But that was reading, wasn't it? Yep.
Right, these guys are.
All right, so back to this. So Prim is down, and he is in between the 2 units in the middle, just like Brad did last time. Like I said, very interested to see if Dale is able to once again lock Prim down. We'll see as the game goes on, obviously. Or we'll see if Brad is just able to move him into a more brutal position where Dale has to feed things to it. We'll see. Yep. If you guys hear some screaming, that is that's our local Ed. He screams a lot. No one's dying. It's just how he functions. That's it. So, just bear with us to the best of your ability here.
All right. Deployment continues.
Yes, it does.
All right.
So, we are seeing Dale deploy things very centrally, and he has that 1 unit so far of Knights that's already going around the house. So, he's probably going to look to burn that little token if Brad doesn't put something there to respond. There's the Knight, the Centaur unit. That'll be able to go either which way, depending, I guess, on how Brad deploys.
Yep. It looks like Brad didn't have the Cavern Dweller down over here like we thought. He moved it someplace else.
He did not, no. He put that there.
Okay.
Once again, very interested to see how Prim does this game.
Yeah,
Nice.
Brad seems to be just saying, I don't really care so much about that 1 token south of the house here. I'm going to deploy everything else on the other side. Let's see what the other side of the table looks like. Let's check it out from the other side.
All right, so there's Dale dropping a unit of Knights on the other side of the house, but not. That's more towards his deployment, so the board is very open in the center here.
Yeah, and last game he kind of started with an Order of Redemption with an Order of Forsaken behind them, all the way on his extreme flank on the other side of building 2. He might be planning to do the same thing here.
Yep. And but I think it's also worth noting, if I'm seeing this right overall, if you notice the board in the center right here is very open.
Yep.
So it's gonna, once people get locked in, charges on the sides and things like that, a lot of them probably won't be hindered. It's gonna be very bloody in the center of the table. A lot of 3s to hit. All right, so Brad's still just dropping some infantry units. He's definitely saving the Frost Claws. All right, we see. Ooh, okay. We see the infantry just placed all the way on the long flank. Icekin Hunters, so they're going to be doing some shooting. Yep. It'll be interesting because it is in front of the height 2 field, or difficult terrain, as it were. So it's going to provide a lot of cover for the height 3 and 4 things.
Yep.
There's our Frost Claws. So that'll give that 20-inch threat range to keep the Knights in check while they're there. Which is actually pretty smart with the Icekin Hunters.
I can get a good look at Brad's challenge medal there as he's leaning over the table. For anybody that does a first-round challenge at Vanguard GT, depending on whether you were the challenger or the challengee, you get a medal that either says Conqueror or Defender, based on whether you win the challenge or not. Just a little fun thing I like to do. Encourage people to do first-round challenges because I think they're fun.
Yeah, I think they're awesome.
That might be what Brad's explaining right now. All right, so I think they are taunting him. Okay. Yeah.
Taunting him with the medal. Important.
Yeah. So they are nearly done deploying. Just come where you block. Let's see if Brad's going to drop this someplace over there to defend that other token, or if he's just going to basically let Dale have it. Are those the wolves? Yeah,
Those are the wolves with the brew of strength. He might actually just bring them up to the building and turn them,
Uh-huh.
and just see if somebody comes for the token so he gets a charge off. Now, them hitting on 3s with 18 attacks and having crushed 2 effectively is
Yep.
pretty devastating.
Yep. All right. Dale's
So
gonna
I'll
put
have to be
those-
careful there.
All right. I believe that is their deployment
Yep.
basically
And
done.
Dale is doing a little bit more spread across the board than he did last game, so he's definitely going to be using that house in the middle combined with his speed to the best of his ability. Brad, I think, made a smart enough move of putting a fast speed 9 unit over there to stop them if he runs forward. And that unit could really fuck somebody up.
And
Brad with the 5 or the 6?
I believe that was a 6.
Yep.
So that is probably going to take us to the top of turn 1, which I'm
Assuming is
guessing.
going to be Brad.
I'm guessing Brad
so,
would
so
like.
he can move before.
So he can move before he gets
Yeah, so
pinned.
he can move.
Yeah.
I think we're about to get underway.
All right. All right. So what does Brad need to do in his first turn here? I mean, he's got the initiative. He can move up, but Dale is going to come straight at him. So
He's got shots. He has
He's
some
got
shooting he
shots.
can do, and he has to protect his hammers and try not to get them locked down. That's all he can do. You have an OGL army, it's going to be hurtling at you at the speed of light and out threats most of your stuff. So only so much you can do, but Brad does have a predominantly close combat Lord of the Alliance army, so he can actually move them all to prepare for charges. That's what he wants, really. It's fine with that. It'll be a worry if he misses something barely and gets an early flank charge done to him or something of that nature. It would be really bad. I'm hoping he'll see that. Anything that might happen there. But we'll see what happens with, like I said, I keep saying Harim. But it's just, he does so much damage to Forsaken in this game. Yeah, so he's measuring outside of that 20.
Yep, just checking all the ranges.
Yeah,
Making
and
sure.
we'll just hope for the best on Brad's formation because he's also very tightly packed right now. So depending on how Dale wants to block him up, that could cause a lot of problems. See. But just running into some of his units, you got Herm Tavern Dweller in the center, ready to threat anywhere. It's not a bad move. I'll be more interested to see what Dale does on his right side.
Your like turn like a round. So like he goes first, I go second, then his turn. He can just move, burn my token if I just don't happen to be there. Yes. Okay. I just want to make sure. On turn 2, yes. I hate this thing. Yeah. I hate this thing. I thought it was great. Get up there. Get away.
Yep.
I guess you got first turn. It's still almost like the same shit. It's pretty close. Yeah.
All right, so it looks like they're gonna try and stay out of threat range of everything with the frost falls right out the gate.
Yep. He's got to come up enough to protect his tokens some here in the first round.
Yep. Now, really strong position for the Frostfang Riders is they have that wall in front of them, and they do in fact have Strider.
Yep.
So they can kind of threat towards those tokens, and they'll be able to run in. They do hit on 4s, but they do, I believe, in fact, have 30 attacks. So they are quite violent. All right, we look like we're going into shooting. All right. Looks like a little half and half action. That looks pretty good.
Looking for.
All right, so we got 4 wounds and a frozen token. So that's probably our Icekin Hunters right there. Onto them.
Yep. Onto those Order of Redemption Knights.
That could be our Bolt Thrower.
Yep.
And by that I mean Blizzard.
Yep. So there's your Exploding Blizzard.
Yep. and that is his Ice Queen with the Edge Periscope, which is awesome. Actually, they're height 3, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, 4 wounds there.
4 wounds. Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, like I said, if you guys see Brad multiple times during the course of this weekend on the stream, pay attention to what he does with that Ice Queen and Blizzard. It's an incredible resource. All right. Motley's. Oof, that looked bad.
Yep, only a couple. And here's the other pack hunters.
Yep. Not seeing who they're shooting at quite yet. I just see wounds marked on. Oh, he's shooting at the Forsaken Regiment. That looks like a 5.
And that's going to take us to the bottom of 1.
Yep. Now, an incredible thing, decent number of wounds that Brad did to that unit. But OGL, as we talked about, they have that kind of natural resilience. They have regen. They have Sacred Water they can pop for up to healing 2 wounds. They have the Green Lady avatar who can do healing and Radiance of Life. We'll see how that affects everything this turn. And I think that was some of the hard things that last round that Ryan had trouble with too, is because a lot of the damage he was doing wasn't sticking. So he is just doing a layer of 2 units towards the token.
Yeah, let's switch around and take a look at the other side of the table.
Yep.
So we can see what he's doing.
Just layering it out.
Yep.
And that goes back to the number of units that Dale kind of has. More than Alex did somewhat. He has a lot of just things moving behind things. Oh boy.
So do you think next turn Brad sends the Wolves in to try their luck into the front?
So I'm not sure how much real luck that'll be. They'll hit with 12 and wound on 3s, so they'll do
8 or 9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Need an 8 twice on a self-inspiring unit?
if he thinks he's going, good for him. But I also don't know where the skull is. I think it is actually behind the Horde, so maybe he tries to move that in Bane Chance to hit wound on 2s.
Yeah, looks like it.
Pick up a few more wounds.
That would make it easier. Make it a lot easier. All right, he's on the other side of the table, so let's flip back around. See what he's doing down here. We are playing Protect and
Just
Raise.
using some steps.
Yep.
We see a Pegasus hurtling forth. Ish.
Definitely get up there to get in the way.
Is the Pegasus in the difficult terrain?
Yeah.
Can it land in difficult terrain? Fly?
I think a Pegasus is Pathfinder. Yeah, it's got Pathfinder.
Oh, it has Pathfinder. Right.
Yeah. Forces of Nature units. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so giving him some options of things that he can charge into now. A really cool thing to see is that Exemplar, once again, running up the side. Just a very irritating little individual running around, kind of hard to pin down, which might actually be semi-better than running 3 Pegasus, honestly, from seeing this now for the second time. It's pretty gnarly to deal with them.
Yeah, so the scenario is slightly different. It is one of the I think Shroud of the Reaper scenarios. It is similar to Raise, except you also score a point if you control the objectives on your side of the table at the end of the game. So you want to keep your opponent from burning them and have some unit strength on them at the end for another possible 3 points.
Yeah. Yeah, Gil, I don't disagree. The Wolves are height 2, and with the second unit not the Centaurs behind the Knights not being able to see and dual charge, I am not sure with them being defense 4 that the Knights need that help. They're still going to be hitting on 3s. They're still going to be crush 1 wounding on 3s. They have 20 attacks. Mix that with regen, sacred water, possible healing, it'll hold up. And in the case that he does pop them, the centaurs are just waiting. So we'll see. We'll see what he does. And not to forget also that the wolves have nimble, so they might be able to turn, move, and turn behind the building out of line of sight. See how it goes. All right, we got some dice going. That's probably going to be a heal.
That's probably the regen on the guys at the
Oh,
bottom.
the regen? Yep.
Yeah. Roll that first.
I think he got maybe 1 or 2? 1 regen. All right. That's very, very lucky for Brad if his green lady isn't going to be near them to heal them.
Yep.
If Brad can sneak an Order of Redemption off the board early on in the game, that would be an incredible lead. Brad's walking around telling Dale to back the fuck up. Okay. This is where we are in hell.
And now we're seeing if we can fly the green lady over there, maybe?
Yep. That's absolutely what he's going to go for the heal, as he should. I actually really like the tweak to the scenario. I think that's a little stronger than raise. It gives you a reason to be on your side of the board somewhat.
Right.
It keeps things a little more live.
I kind of like scenarios where you have to do a couple of different things, like you're playing offense and defense at the same time instead of just all going after stuff.
And I think it helps with people who run different factions have slightly different styles they're strong at, so it gives factions a little more access.
It does, and it rewards slightly more balanced list building instead of a skewed list.
Yeah, agreed. Yep. So you still see that in the game sometimes where somebody's like, oh, he's running, for instance, like Twilight Kin. Oh, he plays this scenario. He's just going to, crush that scenario. That's what he wants to see all the time. And then other ones where it's like, oh, you play dwarves. You just suck at this scenario. You're like, all right. All right, so he's just moving up, staying out of some ranges. Not pulling the trigger immediately, I don't think. So right there, you already see more caution on Dale's side than you did against Ryan in the previous round.
Yep.
And some of that will also be attributed, of course, to Brad's army is a little more close combat oriented. So you got to look out. But yeah, very interesting opportunities in Brad's turn. You're going to see what does he do with the wolves, and also what does he do with the frost claws, who are now in range to get in the way of a lot of things. If he wants.
Yeah, so I'm wondering whether this token here in front of the tower, Dale is, maybe he's going to fly a Pegasus on. I was about to say, okay, he has flown something up to hold it. Okay.
Yep.
I was wondering, if Dale was leaving that token vacant just to dare Brad to fly his Frost Claws over to burn it so he could then charge them. It would be an interesting way to try to do a unit trade, to try to bait somebody into something with a tournament point. He's giving up a tournament point.
Now, another interesting thing, if people are kind of looking around on the left side of Dale's table, he has one of his exemplar, the Pegasus, and the other Pegasus all in this kind of triangle, all on that side of the board ready to block it up. Where he had him spaced out last time a little bit more, he's kind of centralizing over on that left side to really block it up and provide opportunities for those knights that he just healed. That looked like a really big heal 3. Nice. So I wouldn't be surprised if he popped a Sacred Water at some point soon. If he didn't already and I missed it. Yeah, so I mean, a lot of what Brad's going to try and do is kind of get into combat a little bit, start locking down some of this flying shit. Yeah, Dale will be trying to slow him down on that side of the table and probably win the other side. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, some of this is just going to be decision-making on Brad's part of where he's going to go on his flanks. Dale set up a really, really cool situation over on the other side of that building.
Yep. And as a reminder, Dale is trying to keep his most expensive unit alive, which is going to be his Order of Redemption Cav Regiment with Brewer's Sharpness for his 2-point bonus objective. And Brad is going to be trying to kill non-scoring units, which is going to be mostly the exemplars. So if they do anything that seems weird or suboptimal, it's probably because they're trying to score their 2 bonus points.
Right.
Should we see what they're talking about?
We can.
While I move the counter to turn 2.
Yeah. There you go. You already see the odd gamer ticks on Brad's part. He's sitting there flipping the stick.
And they're thinking.
Oh, they're definitely thinking it's gonna. And this is what I was talking about a little bit, guys. You have that higher pressure towards the later rounds, and both of them are gonna probably approach this with more caution than they normally would in a game. Especially if it was like a pickup game or round 1 of a tournament where it's just kind of like, whatever, let's see what happens. They both know that they're each good players that are very well versed in their lists. So we'll see where it goes.
Yep.
So that looks like a wild charge roll.
Probably.
I think he's out by 1 inch.
Fortunate. Top of turn 2.
Yeah.
Checking out Brad.
Now you guys can see a little bit. This is actually really cool, and I like this. Like Brad was already measuring out wild charges to already start engaging Dale's forces. If he had gotten that, he would have just charged that thing out and started fighting him immediately, which I think is pretty cool. Also, if he got into that Pegasus, he would be able to lock down the unit behind it in terms of just blocking, and that opens up options for his units to go into those knights on the right.
Yep.
So now it looks like he's figuring out where these guys are going to go. The wolves. Nope. Maybe.
Yep. And just to remind everybody, there are knights hiding on the other side of the building there. That's a Regiment of Order of Redemption knights. Currently.
Yep, he's going in.
Up there we go.
Pulling the trigger. All gas, no brakes, baby.
Yep.
All right, we are. He is going. Yeah. Now, it'll be interesting to see what he does with the shooting. He has a chance that he can start breaking down Dale's chaff, which could greatly help him later in the game and just deal with the units. Yep. Or he might go with just trying to take one of those hammers down right out the get-go. We'll see.
Yep.
Yep, they're doing a lot of proxies right now.
Yep. Can we get in a double charge there?
He's trying to figure out that double charge.
Yeah, I mean, that horde is a lot of unit strength, and it's going to take a lot to get it off the table.
I mean, a double charge will do it. Double charge will definitely kill that unit dead.
Yeah, but you better. They got Fury.
It should. It should.
It should.
It's got Fury, which is violent.
Yeah, makes it a little risky.
So that's what Brad's actually checking. He's trying to see if he can block all of it.
With some foxes, and I think he can.
I think he
it
can
looks
as
like
well.
he can.
So
yep,
really good placements right there.
All right, that is the center objective that is not burnable.
And we can just see he's prepping to just get. He already knows he's in charge range of Dale's whole army, so he has to start moving forward. So he also threatens, which is what you got to do.
Yep.
Yep.
Good use of corner marking and proxies there to figure out moves.
You love to see it.
Yep, nice clean play.
All right, so I'm very curious once again this turn, and I'll keep saying it throughout this game to see what he does with Harim. I just don't want to know. I want to know if Harim's going to end up getting locked down by, say, a Pegasus or something like that, or if he's going to be able to start fighting literally next turn. That's it.
That's it. Yep, he's only got the 2 Pegasus as opposed to a 3 Pegasus list, so you kind of want to kind of want to use them for very critical things, and blocking up a giant, blocking up him is worth it. It's totally worth it. So
Oh, absolutely.
if his shooting can pick up or even waver,
On the Pegasus, especially, yeah.
Peg this
It's
round.
it's just one of those things. As I mentioned before, like it's a high defense 5 army for the most part, and
Yep.
him being that just brutal crushing strength 4, and especially if he gets into Forsaken, he gets the extra D6 attacks from
Mhm.
Slayer.
Mhm.
It's just such a brutal fighting piece for Dale to have to deal with.
All right.
Damn, Gil. It's like 7 units in his army were painted like shit. That's rude. Or his units. Or Gil's units. Alright. Yeah, so I guess the 2 questions we have left in this turn for now is what is he going to shoot at? Is he going to do the chaff? And what is he going to do about those knights on the bottom of the screen? Green knights. He might just go to shoot chaff and stay back from them, but it's going to be hard to take out the Exemplar. He is 11-13, but he is also defense 5, which is really good.
Yep.
Oh, and we're pulling the trigger on the Foxclaws. Right into the nets.
Yep.
Oh, and we're going into.
Okay.
Yep.
Brad does want to pick up those exemplars at some point for his 2-point objective.
Yep. And
But
it's good that he pulls the trigger on these things and just gets things out of the way now. It's
Yep.
The more those chaffs stick around in Dale's army, the worse it gets for you as the game goes on, especially when you're locked down. He can fly behind you. He can fly to the side and block you from going left and right. Like, there's so much they can do.
Yep.
You have to just get him out, especially the Exemplar, who can just turn and move anywhere.
Yep.
So you see the corner-to-corner turn
Yep.
with Hrim. So once again, blocking those double charges, which is very smart. If I had to guess right now, I'm assuming he's going to try and shoot that Pegasus down on the hill.
Yeah. Pretty sure he's showing a flank to
that unit, the Centaurs behind him.
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's and there's a Order Forsaken on the other side of the hill. If it gets all the other units out of the way,
They are
definitely.
Yeah, that's that height 4.
Yep.
He might be ready to sacrifice them as chaff for the sake of getting a unit behind him in. We'll see.
Maybe, or just pull some knights forward so the Frostfangs can hop over the wall. Yeah, he's checking the range there.
Seem close enough. Yeah, I mean, paint quality is important sometimes. Look at Rim. He's so blue and sexy. Look at the highlighting on the gigantic obliques. Taste them. So, yeah. Oh, he's going. Okay.
All right. Fuck your Pegasus. Yeah, so if he gets rid of that peg at the end of this turn, he might conceivably be able to pick up that token of Dale's and score it. I don't know that Dale
and I would
has...
say that's what he's going for because, once again,
Yeah.
as we, I think we're both in agreement that once Dale pulls the trigger, it will be very, very hard for Brad to get to those tokens.
Yeah.
So this is the best he's going to get, probably. Best opportunity.
Definitely. And we're playing Bart Shroud, so losing models doesn't really hurt you. It doesn't really count against you if you're making good trades.
Yep, but you need those points.
Yeah, so trading a unit for a victory point is fair.
Yep, and you can just see Brad just positioning the Ice Queen with that lizard magical bolt thrower. All right, he's doing protect the flank right there so that they won't be able to charge into that side, hopefully. He's also checking his lines for the Forsaken over by the house. See how it goes. I do not know what's going to happen to the Exemplar. over on the bottom of the table.
What of the unit?
But I mean, obviously, there's only so much that he can do. But he is asking about the threat ranges of it, so Brad sees it.
Okay, that's what you there. All right. So that being said, what is it? Let's go ahead and do the halt attack on our
All right, pack hunters.
Supposed to be 4 and 5. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Just kidding.
Yep, he's moving his skull.
Don't forget to bait chant.
Okay, now we're doing it. I promise.
There you go.
You want to put your little disc down like sharp? The viewers at home know. That's not good. That's good. All right, 45.
Dale figured it out.
Okay, the mic is on, so they can actually hear you.
Oh, they can?
No, Sean is telling them that we can hear them.
Oh, good.
5 and 5. 10 target. Doing a little bit. Do it. Is it long?
Yeah, he's definitely blocking for the for that. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's not a bad move.
4 and 5.
Kind of lackluster shooting there from the pack hunters.
You do what you can.
Do what you can, yeah.
2. We're gonna try and blizzard them.
Up to 4, and here comes Blizzard.
Oh, he's going for the blizzard. Okay.
And it's close, like a literal 1 turns into 1. 4.
Oof.
Okay, wound.
Not a super great blizzard, but did a wound. Whatever. Wounds are wounds.
All right. Next cycle then. Yep.
Camera shoot, yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
You
9.
do like 9, so I was like,
They're dead. They're dead. Big deal. Hold on, wait a minute. Here's why they're dead.
All right, so here's
good.
our
So we're doing
Hunter
the
Wolves.
Wolves.
Yeah, we're dead.
Oh boy.
Freeze down.
Yeah, we'll see what he does here. I mean, it's kind of just what move was left to him.
This is how it works. That was good. 3 points. Lots of that. 8.
Oof, 8 wounds.
8 wounds, so need a 9.
No Waverly, we're not gonna have
In a perfect world,
Twice.
no Waverly.
yep, in a perfect world, he fails this headstrong,
I declare-
and they are
Yeah.
stuck.
All right. Let's do flanking.
So that was a waiver on those Redemption Knights.
Yep.
They, of course, have Headstrong, so we'll see what happens there. with that Redemption.
Actually, weirdly, probably the best case scenario he could get is wavering them. If they fail that headstrong, like I said, they're kind of stuck in the way of the centaurs.
Yep.
I think.
No, it's true. It's true.
Because can you withdraw and then move sideways? No?
Back up and change facing if you're wavered, that's all.
Right, because waver, not yeah. So that'd be really bad.
Normally on a withdraw, yeah, you could step sideways, but yeah, not when you're wavered.
oh, you're kidding.
Is he inspired from the guy next to him? I don't think so.
Go back over to the other side of the table.
Back over to the other side, all right.
This is against the Pegasus. Yep, he's gone.
All right.
Pretty good.
On your gut.
Icekin Hunters.
Sorry, where we at? What first? Yeah. Post combat.
And on the, okay.
Now I burn that.
Cross claws on the Redemption Knights.
Everything.
Yeah.
Okay, back up front. On the thing.
All right, he's going to back up.
He
said. All right, just a little bit of adjustment. I believe this is the Frost Claws.
And then 3. Yeah. Okay, 2.
All right, just doing a few moves. Hold him up for a turn.
Roll 9.
It's going to be interesting to see what he does against them or if he's just buying time.
Yep.
But the Frost Claws will most likely still go down next turn. Oh boy. I would say that's against the Pegasus. Oh my. There's one. Good enough. All right. Well, at least he got the. So
All right.
important note: he's going to lose some units obviously next turn. But he got both of the Pegasus out.
Yep.
That's pretty. That could be big.
You tell me what
So now, like we talked about with Ryan's game, where Hearn got locked down by the Pegasus and the like, he's losing the ability to do that. Now he's also putting Dale in a somewhat interesting position, if I see this correctly, where Dale may be able to see to fly over and charge those guys in the flank, but then he's leaving what looks like Centaurs to fight that 30 attack unit that's staring down the side of his army. So I think he sees them getting flanked by the Forsaken over there. We'll see.
Yep, checking that unit point very carefully.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just overly taking their time.
I mean, it's kind of important.
Yeah, these are also, that's Frostfang Horde.
Those are frost fangs. Yeah, you don't want
Not
the.
trolls.
You
Just
can,
letting you know.
if you can turn and make sure they're in the front, turn to make sure they're in the front. But you don't want. Yeah, you're worried about the other side
I'm
too.
not sure he can do that for both of them, but if
Yep.
he can, that would be rad.
But he can pick which one pulls the trigger in which
Correct.
direction. So
And that's a big deal right now.
can be. Yeah. Because if he can pull that one down away from his infantry horde, then he's going to have the center pretty much the whole game. It's okay.
We'll see how it goes. Now, really, really brutal thing also is if he does fly well, I guess, if the Forsaken come into the horde over there, he's going to leave the center kind of open for that infantry horde to start moving up, right?
Yep. All right. He's rolling his
He's rolling
regen.
5 regen for redemptions. Oh my!
And he rolled his headstrong.
Good
Okay,
lord!
good. Oh, he failed headstrong.
Oh, he failed it. Ew. Okay, that matters.
That matters a lot.
That's lit.
Yeah, let's flip around and take a look at that in the table here.
So he definitely healed a bunch of wounds.
He healed a bunch
But
of wounds, but he's
it
still
buys
stuck.
it buys Brad another turn.
It does.
That's
So
big.
that holds up a
It's
unit
very,
of
very
knights
big.
and a unit of centaurs.
Interesting.
Yeah, you hate to see that if you're the guy with the headstrong unit.
Yep.
Headstrong's a rule that works great when it works.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's supposed to work 66% of the time. Every single time
Right.
you fail it, you just feel like the giant piece of shit.
Yep.
So bad.
Yep. Why me? Why now? Why this round on this
Yeah.
game? Come on.
Was Brad supposed to burn that token? That's the question that we have right now.
He
With the Frostfang. Cavalry that killed the Pegasus.
He could opt to, because it was turn 2. If he chose not to, then it's still there. He may have just forgotten.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was optional.
I don't know. I feel like usually it's a.
I do not know if it is optional to burn the token. I couldn't imagine a reason Brad wouldn't want to burn it.
Yeah, no, it's not supposed to be optional. If he forgot, he forgot. Or maybe there's something over there that we don't see that is in range, that is contesting it, that we
That's
can't
fair.
quite tell. Maybe. Or maybe he thought he had to wait till turn 3. Something like that.
Oh, that would be a shame if that ended up affecting the game.
It would. It would. No. They play the way they play. If they're both playing from a mutual understanding of the scenario that is incorrect, but they both play it the same way, then okay. I'm sure lots of games. Like as a tournament organizer,
If
you have to
if they're
understand that like some number of games that get played every round, they
if,
play the scenario wrong.
if
But
they're both
they both
mutants, let them be
agree
mutants.
that's how it's supposed to work. So you just let them be wrong together because they played the same game within themselves, right?
That's haunting. I like it. I like it a lot. That's haunting. Let's do it. All right, where are we going? So they're into the pack hunters. Or no, that's the berserkers, I believe.
Yeah, let's flop around since it's on the side of the table now. Where's my mouse? There we go. Oh, we had a moment. Here we go.
We did. Best kind. Oh, okay.
All right, he's checking his options. Yeah. They can fit, so those guys are going to go in the flank.
Oh, wow. I don't know if that was an overlook on Brad's part or not, or if he just was like, this is how life is going to be.
That could end up being a costly mistake then.
Yeah, but Brad didn't account for that. That's really bad. There we go.
Going in on the Giant with some Redemption Knights, looks like. All right, Dale's
Yep.
definitely just hitting the gas.
Well, also very smart in that sense that he's putting just the Redemption Knights into Hrim because he won't get the Slayer off of that. And with hitting
Right.
at 4s and their regeneration, they might be able to actually hold out against him for quite a while.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not bad at all.
He's just got to... Yeah. Turn inside the model config.
Yeah.
Now, what is he going to do with these guys? Oh, at the other end of the table. So he's still got to do something about those foxes. And did he put a Redeemer into it? Is something in front of the foxes there?
I can't tell. I don't think so.
I think so. Maybe the map.
That's Hrim's axe right there that we're looking at.
That's Rim's axe up in the air. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He's got...
The other Redeemer might be floating because he's probably the Baneshant one. So, if I'm not mistaken, he might actually even be right there in between them.
He might be in the back. Right, so but Dale still needs to do something about that infantry horde and those snow foxes this round. If he's going to send those guys in on Hrim, he's got to cover their flank.
Yeah, it would be preferable because they're definitely not killing Hrim in one turn. I don't think that's the world we live in.
No,
I've been wrong before, but definitely got to cash in on those free flanks. Hell yeah. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's kind of weird. All right, there we go into the snow foxes.
Yep, and you'll just pray that infantry horde doesn't murder those birds in one hit.
Probably won't, but
Probably
I mean,
won't.
if he bane chants them, they might a little extra something.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. The legendary Order of the Green Lady trigger pool, and there he is. Yep.
There's our boy. Okay.
He's going for the Bane Chant, which actually could realistically really hurt Rim quite a bit.
Yep.
Let
me see. Human tribesmen do hit on 3s, and they do have 25 attacks with Crush 1.
He's going to have to Bane Chant him to really bring it up to those numbers. 2 from heal. Nice to see.
Right.
Oh, my. Oh my!
It looks like Dale's basically just left the
Cloak of Death movement.
Figured
Figure
out how to drop her. Yeah. It looks like Dale is just gonna let the Wavered Knights and the Centaurs on the other side of the building just chill for a turn.
I mean, it doesn't matter in the end, I suppose, if he's going for the center of the table right here.
Yeah.
If he crushes all these units too, he's about to get a huge advantage on this lower flank.
Yeah.
On his left side.
Yep. A lot of charges this turn. Turn. Turn 2, Alpha Strike Army. You can expect it.
close enough to get him with cloak. We'll see what happens there. If he Bane Chance that
Yeah.
unit to really get into the bite into Harim with 2s to wound, that could be very devastating with 20 attacks hitting on 3s or 2s if that's a sharpness unit.
So we think the. Yep, there's regen on those guys. We think those green Redemption Knights are probably going to kill that regiment of Frost Claws.
I would say so.
That horde of Forsaken that's in the flank of the Frost Fangs is probably going to kill them.
If they don't, it'll be a real sad day.
Sure. And the Snow Foxes are toast. But
Yes.
I don't know if we expect any other kills. No, he's got Centaurs in the flank of like Icekin Hunters or Pack Hunters or something in the middle there.
Yeah,
as
the
well.
Centaurs could do it. They hit on 3s.
Heal to
Full
full
heal on
on the
purple
purple
knights.
knives. Okay.
And that's all that shooting not sticking that we were talking about, and that's what was happening to Ryan that was causing
Yep.
real issues.
And Bane Chant went off. All right, so this is going to be a pretty big turn for Dale then.
Now, something we are not talking about, and it's probably just because of the angle in which we're looking at the game, is in the middle there, hanging out, is the Cavern Dweller.
Yeah.
He's very much still alive and just waiting.
Yep.
All right, so we got our wounds for our Disordered on the Pack Hunters over there. Or the Icekin Hunters, my apologies. I think we're going towards the Frost Claws right now. Looks pretty good.
Oof. All right.
Looks pretty good.
All right.
Oh, no, there we go. He's moving some stuff. There's the Blessing unit.
Yeah. So there's the elite rerolls. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Sure.
Yep.
Threes
and
and
then our
threes.
to
Looking for
wounds.
threes. All right. Picking up kind of a lot there.
God.
All right.
6 or 7 wounds? 7 wounds?
7.
Worst things have happened. Picks him up, though. Oh, boy.
All right. 9 rolled.
All right, so they're free.
They are free and only have a few wounds on them. And moving forward. All right.
Yep. See, we'll see. That's a really bad flank. Like I said, I mean, more likely than not, the Frostfangs go down.
Yeah. I'm guessing Brad's going to ask him to roll the dice, though, and not just snake them.
I would still have them roll them if you know.
It's
They hit
turn
on 3s.
2.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, this game is not decided by a long shot yet. Depends on how how devastating this turn ends up being.
Yep.
So make him roll the dice. We got time.
Looks like a good start.
Pretty good start. Whew. 3, 4, 6, 7 looks like
7.
7 in the first batch. 6
6.
wounds in the first batch. Okay.
All right, he needs to make sure he gets his wounds. Is that almost all that? Jesus. Oh, there it is. 16 total. Yeah.
Being total on a 4 puts it at 20.
Double
and
ones.
snakes.
There's the double ones.
Oh,
there it is.
shit.
There we
Oh,
are.
shit.
I mentioned it. If he just messes that up, it's gonna be
All right.
terrible.
Well, we thought that was going to be a pickup for sure, but now the Frostfangs have an opportunity to turn around.
Me talking
and punch
about-
it back.
Yep, me talking about tragic situations, just conjuring it all in.
Brad says he doesn't deserve it. Yeah, yeah, right. Like Brad.
But he'll take it.
Tried to position those to make sure that couldn't happen. Got hit with it anyway, and then got away with it because he
Yep.
snanked it.
Doesn't deserve it, but he'll take it.
But he
And
was
with
right.
16 wounds, we are at the beautiful, not devastated points.
Not-
He gets his full complement of
Yeah.
attacks.
Yeah, not devastated. Not even wavered. That's
Now, another thing that's haunting about this is
All right, 6
without-
wounds here.
without the shooting, outside of charging a character into them to finish them off, they don't have anything facing them after they charge them.
It's true. Yeah. Yep. Depending on like the nearest redeemer might just be repurposed to take them off
Threes and
because they
twos.
can't hide behind the hill. They're too tall to hide behind the hill.
That's what we got here. So I got a lot of. Oh, that looks really good. Not bad at all. Wow. Oof.
5. All right. 10 total.
There's a
Looks like
5.
5. And that's
Picks him up.
5.
Yep.
All right.
All right, getting interesting.
We'll see
Brad's
what it is.
asshole
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, it's rough on the reform. Like you were expecting the Frostfangs behind you to be dead, so you didn't have to think about that. But
and now they're here for you
now they're here for you in
with
another turn.
the more important thing, with their full complement of attacks.
Yeah.
That's another big thing. If they'd taken like 19 wounds and you can't heal that back, all right.
Yep.
15 attacks hitting on 4s, sure,
Right.
but they have their full complement.
And
Depending on
and
their
that's,
angle,
that's
also-
the regiment of Forsaken Knights just to the left of the Centaurs.
I believe so.
Yeah, blocking up something. Blocking up some Icekin hunters or pack hunters.
Yeah, something of that nature.
So yeah, doesn't have to
So
worry about
he's
that.
turned. All right, so he's turned around with the Centaurs. Okay. It's going to be weird if stuff's sticking. We're really going to have to check what the angle is for Frostfang Cav.
Yeah, for Frostfang and possibly Shrim.
To see if they can see anything over there. That could be bad.
Yeah.
More than just a countercharge.
Sure. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, if they can see the those Redemption Knights in purple there are all the way up against Rim, so they're not back there. But yeah, if they could see
the
Forsaken guys all the way up there by the building, they might be able to
and it also
get a sneaky rear charge.
Yep, and it also makes it really weird with how he wants to reform if he kills the Snow Foxes. Now that he has to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. This is against Rim, I believe. So we'll see if he just gets murderized. Yeah, that's pretty
there's
good.
a solid start. These are probably the sharpness guys.
I imagine so. And if he Bane Chanted them, he's doing a lot of wounds.
8, 10,
11. So he's going to need a 9 twice.
One again.
Just take Harim out? No.
No.
Okay. So Harim is staying. There to party in people's mouths.
That was a big ask. Picking
It
up
was.
a giant in one turn. But 11 wounds is a really solid start.
Well, I was trying to think with that unit and Bane Chant, right? They would hit on 2s, wound on 2s.
Yeah.
Be pretty gnarly. 6 1s. Nice. On some wounds. Nice.
On the wound roll, yeah.
All right, there's 1. There's 2. All
All
right,
right.
cool. Picks up
Foxes
Snow
are
Foxes,
dead.
as you do.
Yep.
As you do.
All right, now let's see if he thinks about the Frostfang.
Yep.
That'll do it. Check to see if that horde is in your flank now. Yeah.
Well, he has a chance here with the Cavern Dweller if he can fit to break that Forsaken unit. I don't know if he can. We'll see. We'll see what we got. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to just see what's available to fit into these places because they're so closed in right now.
Yep. All right, top turn 3 for Brad. That was not as bad as it could have been for certain.
Well, yeah.
Still got Frostfangs on the table. Still got Rim.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Rim taking 11 wounds. Now that still sucks.
Yeah. It does.
And I do not believe Brad actually runs with heal, so those are here to stay, I suppose.
All right.
Cavern Dweller into the fight against the Knights.
Coming on the flank.
Oh,
he's going to hurt.
He's going for him.
And he's going to push those Icekin or Pack Hunters up as well.
Ooh.
So that's a triple charge on the Redemption Knights in the middle.
He's going.
And those are the sharpest Knights, too, because those are the ones that Dale is trying to keep alive for his 2 bonus points. So if he loses that, he loses 2 points.
It's just a hateful unit.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. He's going to try and Bane Chant to really deal in those wounds on that unit. That's actually really nice. Yeah.
Go back in there. Yep. Take that gift. It was given to you. It would be rude to refuse it.
Yep. And here's the possible flank with Pathfinder, maybe?
close game. It's going to depend on some dice rolls. I think those purple knights are definitely getting picked up.
Oh yeah.
Ice
There's
Cannon
the
going
Ice
to the
Cannon
flank
to
of
the flank,
those
yep.
guys.
You
There's
may as
Brad's
well.
body.
They weren't doing anything with the knights. Now, if I see that correctly, once Brad moves, oh, so if they do beat them, the Ice Cannon hunters can turn around and the knights won't even be able to charge them.
Yep.
Ouch.
Or, I mean, at the very least, no matter what, they'll keep them off of the Frostfangs.
Yeah. That's brutal.
So maybe that Redeemer at the bottom will have some big hero energy and go smack some Frostfangs and
He's
put them
gonna
down.
have to, right?
Yeah.
Like, what else could he even do with that? Well, he could bring the one in the middle too there, but I think he's gonna
He could
want
bring-
him for the loot
Yeah.
if he can.
Yeah. Well, depends on what's still alive on that
Yes,
side
that's
of the
what's
table.
still there.
If he picks up
don't say that.
if he picks up the Forsaken Horde just south of the building fight with the Tribesman Horde, and he picks up those Redemption Knights, then there's just some Centaurs left in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
And that regiment blocking up some dudes.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to. He needs some things to also go well for him this turn. He needs to crush some of these units.
Yep.
Gale's just sitting on the board with most of his army right now.
Yep. And the horde of Forsaken Knights that have the Frostfangs in front of them, they are inspired by those Redemption Knights in green.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, it'll be an interesting thing by the end of this game, depending on what happens, to know how much that double ones would have affected the game overall. So I guess we'll see. I just want to know what happens in the center with combats. I think he missed that Bane chant with a 1 and a 3.
Yeah.
As you do.
We've seen so many missed Bane chant rolls.
I think we've seen 2 that have gone off all day so far.
Yeah. 3 games. Tried nearly every turn.
Yeah, on both sides.
On both sides.
All right, we're going into attacks. Yeah, as you guys can see, the green disc thing holds up kind of. All right, what do we got? 4 wounds. I think that's over on the Knights. So they're back to where they were. I think somewhere
back
close
on the back
there.
side of the table. Yeah.
I think
These
they're
Knights
probably
are
going to be
inside the building.
fine.
Yeah.
We're doing the big unit, I believe, into the Forsaken.
Yep. This will be 25
Which
attacks.
is interesting. I'm surprised he's not going to try and kill the Inspiring unit, but actually the Exemplar's right behind him, so never mind. Doesn't matter.
I think the Exemplar doesn't inspire though.
Oh, I would have.
Yeah.
I would have done that
Too cheap.
and not give them the roll.
And Brad is also trying to kill individuals at some point this game for bonus points.
Yep. All right, so we got that going. And I believe that's still just crush 1, right? I think we got our Tundra Fighters moving right there. There's 1. And that looks like they're
Looked
still
a little
alive.
low. Yeah, it looked a little low.
He got him on that first roll. Important to note if the Inspiring was out, if he would attack them first.
Yep.
Yep.
Should have killed the Inspiring unit first. It's okay. So this is the Cavern Dweller in the flank.
Be the Cavern Dweller. Looks like the
Yeah.
Cavern Dweller.
6-7 wounds on the Purple Knights in the middle, and then
Alright.
Grim.
Well, I don't know if this is for him because he didn't
No,
roll the
these are
random
the-
attacks.
Yeah, these are the
Probably
ice
pack
skin
hunters.
or the pack hunters. Yeah.
They should have Pathfinder and Thunders, so wounding on force.
All right, couple more wounds, and here's Rim.
Yep.
Yeah, that looked like a lot. I think that was a lot.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think he rolled a 6, a 5 or a 6.
Oh boy. Now let's see what we got here. And that's
this
on
is really gonna
twos.
hurt. Awesome.
Word. That looks like not a lot of ones in there. One.
Not snakes and not
Yep,
snakes.
got
17 wounds total, and yeah, picks them up easy.
All right, so
Not
that's
snakes
still
twice.
that unit lost their fly for the Forsaken. So I mean, still they're still stuck there for now,
Still pretty much stuck there. Yep.
and they lose one their Thunder 1. So we'll
Right.
see.
Brad
They'll
doing
be
some
going.
reform moves, backing up probably. Yep. Backing up Rim and backing up the Pack Hunters.
Hey, the little
And
creep.
and the Cavern Dweller, yeah. And there's a flank. Can't really get in the flank, though. Have to turn and face. Probably just be a front charge, but, you know. All right. Moving right along. Over here, yep. Pack Hunters versus the Regiment of Forsaken, I think? Oh, Berserkers. Berserkers, okay. Yeah, I forgot he had Berserkers. Oh, that's going to hurt then. Yeah, 20 attacks on
that's
threes.
intense.
Threes, but also fives, right? They got punched last turn.
Yep. But attacks are attacks. I mean,
Yep.
yeah, threes and fours. So he's got crush off it somewhere, or Thunder. All right, we'll see how it goes.
And the regiment is a 12-14.
With Vicious.
And of
Love to
course,
see it.
Vicious from Thunder
Oof.
Fighter.
2 conversion over, so we're looking at 7 wounds.
All right. Oh.
And
Okay,
are they
that
still
is
in?
a stick. That looks like a 4.
Oh, he's looking for inspiring.
Oh, okay. No.
Picked him
too,
up.
Too far. Ooh.
Picked
okay.
him up.
So that frees up the Berserkers. Ooh. So now those green Redemption Knights at the bottom have a few things it needs to do next turn.
Oh, yeah.
Because those Centaurs are going to be occupied in the middle. So this is a pretty good turn for Brad.
I'd say so. We'll see if those Forsaken die.
Yep. That's what we're down to here, I believe.
Maybe it'll turn it back, and he'll roll double ones for that.
And they'll get snaked as well. Yeah, that would be something. That would be very polite of Brad to do that.
Yep.
I see your snake eyes, and I raise you another snake eyes.
Yeah, we didn't have Sean there to double check with the Forsaken into the infantry horde. I don't know if he just failed the roll and he rolled too low and they're fine, or if they're like wavered. I have no idea. Should be fine. All right, so we're over here.
Yep. So we will see.
Here we go.
We'll see if these Forsaken Knights can survive. Frostfangs in the front.
The Forsaken in the center of the table next to the building, if they were wavered or not.
Yeah, fighting the infantry regiment.
Fighting the infantry horde.
Infantry horde, right? Sorry.
Yep. All right, so we got some. I see some 4s in there.
Yeah.
Unless this is like, oh no, this is Icekin Archers, I think, right now, because they're hitting on 3s, and that's elite.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's absurd. What have
Love
you
to
done,
see
Brad?
it. No. If you don't declare that you're doing something else, you auto halt into the combat. Yeah.
If you're engaged, it's a counter. Right?
All right, so they're talking this out right now. All right, so here we go. We're going back. This right here might be our Frostfang Cav coming in to hit him in the
30
face.
attacks on 4s.
Crush 2, so wounding on 3s.
Yep.
Forsaken Horde is fine, but currently neither of them can remember.
Okay.
What does that
Yeah, they're
even
busy.
mean?
That means they're busy doing other things. They'll get to it later.
Okay. Oh boy. All right, so you need some sweet threes here. I believe they have Tundra Fighters. I don't know if they're frozen or not. Okay, then that's not wavered. We're fine. All right, more and more wounds. Oh boy.
It will be twice though. Gets him on the first roll. Was that
Twice?
all right? Yep.
Wow. On.
Well, that is not what we thought that part of the table was going to look like a turn ago.
Ew. Ew.
That's a very big swing because now he's definitely sitting on one of Dale's objectives. Hopefully, he remembers to burn
I
it this
think
time.
he's gonna try and work it so that maybe he can't be seen. I don't know if that's even possible.
How not to be seen?
Oh yeah. But he's kind of locking down. Somebody's gonna have to go deal with that.
And there's the token burn, I believe. Brad picked it up.
Yep.
Yep. So that's going to be a point for Brad.
Yeah.
And there's the clock switch. And we're into the bottom of 3.
Oh my.
Please hold. Please hold. No. Please.
As you hear people praying to the dice gods in the background.
Yep.
Suffering
Yep.
at its finest. What did the Horde of Tribesmen do? They did a bunch of wounds, but just didn't break them. So they're all just chilling.
Yep. I think that was the regen roll and maybe a headstrong roll for
Something like that.
Redemption Knights on the other end. Yeah,
Regen
regen.
2. Yep. All right. This is getting weird.
Yep.
So right now we're also sitting on this. Brad took down the Pegasus early. You see Prim sitting in the center. He got to fight a unit, and now he's most likely facing where he'll be able to kind of run into combat more, just really, really being worth his points. That Crush 4 just looming over Dale. If he gets into a Forsaken unit, once again, he gets that extra D6 Slayer, which is horrific.
Yep.
All right, so Dale is changing speeds, going over to the center of the table. What's up?
Yeah. They're having fun.
Good.
Good. Yeah, totally.
Good. That's
Totally.
what we want.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he's got to bring those centaurs back. Like, he can't dedicate 2 units to fucking around on that flank of those wolves.
I think he's super. The best thing that could have happened was that failed headstrong when he charged the wolves in on the first try.
Yeah.
Just such a gruesome outcome.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. We're looking at, I think, the knights just going in. May as well just fight.
Yep. Pick up units. Pick up units. Leave yourself in a good position. Pick up units. Leave yourself in a good position. That's all. The Redeemer can like run around the world to get into the ass of those Frostfang to try to pick them up.
If he charges with the knights, I think he can pretty easily get to him. And hopefully he'll hit. He's going to need 3s and 4s with 3 attacks. He needs at least 1 wound, so we'll be pulling for him.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, so we're doing a double charge to try and slide and burn tokens.
And get rid of the Berserkers. Berserkers defense 3-17 though. Easy to wound, a little tough to break.
Oh, we're going. Okay, so we are going in with them. All right.
So we're gonna fly the Green Lady there to. to make
Do
sure
her
that our
due.
night charge ends up where we want it to be.
Yeah, pro move right there with characters kind of blocking slide overs to get the result that you need for distance. It's very nice.
Hmm.
Very good for objective play. Very good for avoiding being hindered in certain situations. He's got to be careful, judging by how he does that. If he actually does not kill the berserkers, they look like they have a flank possibly into that unit. So maybe that's why
Yep.
he's moving that over a little bit. Yeah, he's just going for it.
It's risky.
Yeah. But at this point, Brad has a very strong position in the center of the table, so we'll see what happens.
He does. And that, I think, is probably the elite
So they're
Redemption
going
Knights,
in.
the green ones.
They are going in. Now, once again, the Forsaken, I mean, a very good unit, but that is their first time charging into that horde, I believe. It's legit.
Yeah, it's legit. Yeah, when you reach this point of the game, it's like, yep, but if I don't get it, you're going to kill me anyway. So I might as well try
Yep.
and hope the dice delivers something.
With such hammering units that both of these guys have, that's kind of what you have to do, though, right? We talked about that the first two games, honestly. It's just,
Yeah,
gotta go. Gotta get units off the table. All right, he backed up with the Knights. Or is he putting them over here? Okay, he's just keeping them over here.
Yeah, he's putting it over there. Uh-huh. And
Okay, cool.
yeah, and at the end of
Cool,
the turn, he will be able to burn that token in the terrain there.
Yep.
Whether he picks them up or not. Setting an exemplar into Shrim.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
And there's
From
that
Brad.
blocking.
yep. If I'm Brad, I don't mind that so much, though, because I want to kill his exemplars for 2 points. So him feeding one to a giant is actually going to be, one of those things you're like, well, okay, that's 2 tournament points that I don't have to hunt and
Go find. Yeah.
Go-
Now,
go find. Now
At the-
I have to kill it.
at the same time, too, he's not worried about the Forsaken unit charging into the Horde for the most part. His Cavern Dweller's there to do extra damage if he needs to. He has a lot of positives going for him in the center. I mean, Centaurs, they hit okay, but they're not the heavy-hitting units that the Redemption are and the Forsaken. So
No, they're only 12 attacks.
now, on the opposite argument of that, with the Forsaken doing wounds to the Horde, Brad does not use healing. So whatever wounds they take, maybe the Centaurs are looking more formidable because of it. But we'll see. Now, if those Centaurs roll double once again against those Frostbangs, we might see,
Unkillable Frostfangs.
we might see our first table rupture, as I call them.
Yeah, we might. Somebody might. Fuck this game. Flip the
we've-
table. Walk away.
We've seen that twice. It happens.
All right. Looks like we're going to switch around.
All right, we're
here.
going. Yeah.
We're gonna do
All right,
the
so this
redemption
combat has
next
to
up
resolve
here.
itself finally.
All right. Good number of hits.
Oh yeah. This is what we were expecting, like turn 2.
Yeah. Thunder rolls 13-15.
Oh yeah. There it is. Just beating their ass. Got him.
All right.
For a second, the way they leaned back, I thought he rolled double ones again because I think a 1 right there.
Yeah.
Almost had a moment with myself.
They're having a good time.
It's good for him.
It is. All right. Looking for some stairs. There we go. All right.
Okay, so he's not going to be threatening that next turn though, which is interesting.
No. Wasn't there an objective back there, Brad?
Yes. So he was just going to make sure he burned it, which is fine. Get a point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he picks up Rim.
Oh, Rim had a ton of.
Well, he had 11 wounds on him. Yeah, so yeah, 7 twice. That's pretty good. Who is that? Jordan. That makes sense. That's fine.
Okay. Alcohol and stairs don't mix.
Yeah. Had our first stair fall. It's the best. He did not. Maybe he did. I don't know. I mean, time will actually tell on that one, bro. All right. So, I mean, Dale's staying in this though, very much so.
He is. That's a big ass nerve roll. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. He's like, yeah.
I mean,
just
thank
roll,
God.
just roll. Right.
You
Yeah.
know, like, yeah, taking down Rim was pretty good.
Oh, they were devastated. Okay.
Yeah, Dale's still very much in this game. He might even actually be a little bit ahead, all things considered.
Maybe. We'll see what this lone redeemer does on these like pack hunters or whatever down here at the bottom. They have some wounds on them already.
At the very least, they even do a wound. It shuts down their shooting or anything like that, which is nice. But they can charge. They have Pathfinder. They hit on 3s.
Yeah. Yep. All right. A little back and forth.
And
here.
we still have the Ice Queen, I believe, still running around doing her bolt thrower. So damage is damage.
Very true. Making some space to roll these. I'm guessing these are the green die redemption or the Forsaken Horde there.
I don't know if they're
That's-
actually.
That's the Forsaken Horde on the infantry horde.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
he is doing that one. He is doing that one.
The bottom one or the. Yeah,
He's doing the bottom. Yeah, no, Brad.
I didn't know if they were going to be hindered or not, or if they avoid that. I don't know
I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, they're on a wall. They're all up on a wall.
Looks pretty good though.
It's like 7 area wounds.
8
Yeah,
wounds?
8 wounds. Gets them once. Don't think
They dead?
get them.
Looks dead.
That will get them. Okay, that's big.
That's very big.
That frees them up in the middle of the table there. They can turn and burn another token. As long as it doesn't turn so much that he's not within 3. Not doing that should work. It's going to be well played on his part.
And just like that, the game has changed again. I think Krim going down was a big deal.
Yep.
The 7 twice.
Yeah. All right. There's the Redeemer on those pack hunters down at the bottom. Only one hit,
wound?
1 wound looks like. So they are disordered at least. Looks like a 8 rolled, I think. 7 or 8 rolled, which is not enough because they don't have a lot of wounds on them yet. Yeah.
And just like that, Brad has a lot fewer units.
It's true. What's left? Oh, yeah. Time for this one. Okay. See if you can get rid of the horde before the cavern dweller eats you.
Oh, yeah.
3s and 4s. All right. Okay. So about 7?
7
Yeah.
wounds.
All right.
They should be able to live through that.
Did they have some wounds on him before? Didn't he hit him once already?
I believe this is the first time they've been hit because he hit the snow foxes.
Right.
first.
He hit the foxes, then he got charged. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll live through that. Ugh.
Oh, there he goes. All right, he was facing the other way. That's really good. Now, I don't know how stuck Brad is going to be if he kills that Forsaken unit with his horde. He has things on both sides.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know if they'd be able to see them with their frontage. All right. Earn token confirmed due to Brad.
Okay.
Brad's generosity.
Okay.
Confirmed. Nice.
Okay. Okay. So that means
Derek. Derek. That was happiness. All right, so where is this Bane Chant guy going? This is the question. Okay, so the Pack Hunters just went in. I'm assuming to just do a few extra wounds, but also to get some distance.
Just hold them up, get in front of them.
Thank you. Yep.
Yes.
That's it.
I've got to remember to put Ed farther away from the microphones next round.
It's haunting.
All right, we're rolling dice. I feel like Dale kind of has an edge here at the moment.
He does, very much so. Like I said,
playing
picking up Parim with 2 wounds on your 3 attacks, wounding on 4s, and then rolling a 7 twice to take him down was really, really good. That's a very big advantage, but how sad can we really be about that? Because, I mean, Dale double ones to almost devastated monster horde.
Yeah.
So we're coming back. But very live game right now. We'll see how it goes.
Yep. I think we're just looking at 1 burnable token on each side still available, and of course the center token underneath that big mass of the infantry horde and the Forsaken horde up there by the building.
But there's plenty of the game left for Dale to move around.
Cavern Dweller, all right. Cavern Dweller on some centaurs, does 5 wounds.
I think they're fine.
Get them, yeah.
Rolled a 3.
Yeah, roll
Nice.
3. Is this the infantry horde? Looks like. On the, infantry horde on the Forsaken Knights up by the building. Fighting for their lives. About to get double charged by Cav coming around outside the building.
Yep.
That's a lot of wounds.
Good God.
11, yeah, that'll get them. 18 wounds total, yeah. That'll pick them up easy. All right, so now what do you do with those guys?
And that's the question. I mean,
He's got a character. He's got a character behind him, so slightly turning isn't really an option. You kind of got to turn all the way around. Kind of got to turn, basically turn to face the building, be perpendicular or parallel to the building.
yeah, well, suited does. I mean, he's got the Cav locked up on his right side of the table.
Yeah, with the Cavern Dweller and the Pack Hunters. And there's that center objective.
Yeah, once again, if you really look at it, Dale still has 4 units of cavalry on the board to Brad's 3 units of infantry.
And a Cavern Dweller.
And the Cavern Dweller. He still has both of his. I think he still has both of his Exemplar alive, right?
Yes, pretty sure.
So
Yeah.
pretty gnarly.
So I think at this point it looks like neither of them are going to get their 2 bonus points, which doesn't really matter so much for this game, but kind of matters for the tournament overall because these guys are on the top and missing out on those 2 extra points might mean that somebody on the lower table is going to leapfrog them.
Yep. All right, so we got Mike going out to do some judging. Don't mind that. You guys can hang out with me. So I'd say Brad is actually in a pretty tough spot right now. He's got to keep going. From what I can see right now, they are tied on tokens. Brad's kind of got the center, but I don't know how long the Pack Hunters are going to be able to survive against the Knights. I think the Cavern Dweller can pretty easily stay ahead of the Centaurs on damage. They're pretty gnarly creatures. They have life leech 3, so if he doesn't just break them in 1 turn, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see what he ends up doing with his Bane Chant guy now. He's not going to need it too much now. I think he's just trying to measure out what happens if he rolls a 6 here to see if he gets flanked or not, which is worth measuring. I'm almost certain that is what they're measuring, because that would be terrible. But if not, he's probably going to roll it, or he'll just say, screw it. I got to do that. If he is able to move up there, even if Dale runs away with the Centaurs, he'll have a good position to put the building between him and the Knight unit. The Knights can still have another 3 turns to get back into the game, so they most likely will. All right, we got Mike going out again for a rules call. They might be looking to see if that's a flank. You might end up seeing Mike over there. We'll see what we got. There's Derek getting into it a little bit. You can see everybody's trying to figure out if that's a flank or not. I think they're just going to get the official ruling from Mike Atkins. There he is. In all of his beauty, that's his body. All right, let's see what we got. All right, we'll see what they rule on that. I think he's trying to measure the frontage, see where their exact center point is. So we'll see what he says. .5-inch mark. We'll see what we got. Barely considered a flank. So is he flanked? Is he flanked?
It is in the flank.
And he rolled that already, right? He already rolled the 6 or whatever it was?
Yeah, to walk forward or whatever he did.
All right. Well, that's unfortunate for Brad. That might actually tank the game for him.
That is a big deal.
That may be the end right there. It happens. All right, well, there we go. Well, that's going to be really bad.
Yep. It's going to bring us to the bottom of turn 4.
Really bad. Yep. There you can see the regens coming back into play, just slowly bringing these units back to life, which is what makes OGL very dangerous. There's that flank charge. It's going to beat that ass. He is at least within, most likely, the very inspiring of the Scald, so at least he'll have that. Not sure how much it'll matter.
Very inspiring, right?
He's probably going to be able to get the Bane Chant if he wants to, which will bring him up to wounding on either 3s or 2s. So hitting on 3s, I would say it's safe to say that unit's going down unless he rolls double 1s. That's really, really bad for Brad. That was really, really unfortunate that he just happened to roll that 6.
Yeah, and I mean it was super duper close.
Yeah, but you know, Kings of War, baby.
Yeah.
All right, Dale really thinking out what he wants to do with himself, as some of this will be critical, but I would say Dale's kind of in the driver's seat for the time being.
Yep. He's got one objective he wants to burn, one he wants to defend, and he wants to get on the middle there that Brad is currently holding with probably some Ice Hunters or Pack Hunters, one or the other.
As Icekin Hunters.
The Icekin? Okay.
Oh, no, for this here. On the middle objective, that's Pack Hunters.
Those are Pack Hunters.
Cool. Yep. Oh, boy. All right. I think he's trying to get over there to Banechant, as I suggested he would be. Yep, there's the 12-inch measure, just to seal the deal. You can see Brad now playing with the pillars in his hands, putting them together and taking them apart, like little Legos.
Yep. Check in for any results coming in.
Ooh.
Looks like Derek Sundstrom beat Bill Goodrick.
Yep, Derek is actually currently dancing in front of us right now with
On table
what looks
3.
like a Twix of some sort.
He is.
Yep. I just pointed out that we are in fact correct. All right, so they're just moving as they had to turn. Coming back into that game pretty quick, though. I think depending on the resolution move, I think Brad's plan will be to charge the pack hunters into the centaurs to get out of the way of the knights.
Yep.
Try to kill the centaurs and turn around back towards the objective.
Yep.
If the Icekin hunters just die this turn, that's going to be really, really bad. That'll probably seal the deal. Whether the Cavern Hunter kills the centaurs or not, they'll run into the pack hunter and probably kill him dead.
All right, doing some healing.
As Banechant, as you do. Yep. So pretty gnarly. All right, so this looks like the Knights on the Icekin Hunters.
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh yeah. Yep. That looks violent.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
That is
goodness.
a lot of fucking wounds.
All right.
Yep. It's probably their
Yeah,
nerve.
that's going to be enough.
There's one. There's two. Yep.
All
Picks
right.
them up.
This game's been a great series of back and forths.
Yep.
You know, just exactly the way you want a well-played game of Kings of War to be. At the end of everybody's turn, you're like, "Oh man, he devastated his opponent," and then his opponent moves. And you're like, "Oh, never mind, he's still in the game."
Yep. Now, like I said, with this turn, I don't know if Brad's going to be coming back from this point, especially if the tribesmen do in fact die. That might be kind of the nail in the coffin, but we'll see what he does. I mean, pack hunters are still here.
Those are just centaurs, so it's 12 times 2, so 24 attacks, as opposed to like 18 times 2. And they've only got like what, 7 wounds on them.
Yeah. Now the weird thing about these creepy little cavern dwellers that are not little at all is they also have life leech 3, so he will just start coming back to life as he just murders people.
Yeah, it's hard to put a cavern dweller down once it gets into combat.
Also, that knight unit, if it charges the cabin dweller, will be hindered next turn, I believe, which can really, really matter.
The one on the wall, yeah.
Now, a really good thing about where Dale is at right now, his Banechant caster is in the center of the table, so he can go to either side where he is needed for that. That looks like a
6
10.
and a 10.
Yeah, so I'll pick him up. Very, very good.
Right.
He's going to try and back up if he can.
Yep,
To get out of
away
range
from
of those guys, he gets the 5, so he goes back 3 inches, which may be exactly what he needs.
To police one of his own tokens. So if those guys do nothing else this game but squat on that token and hold that 1 point and have killed those guys in the flank, they'll have done their job.
Yep.
They are not owed anything else.
Yep, so if Brad can't reach them, which I don't think he can, I don't really know what he does with that pack hunter unit. It looks like they're outside of the 10, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Yep, outside of the 10, so he's just going to turn as best he can.
Turn and shoot. probably. Get them out of the way.
Yeah, I'd say so. I don't know who he's going to shoot. So there's the Ice Queen.
We're on to top of 5. Flip that around. A few ones.
All right. So he's going for broke on them.
Yeah.
And now he's doing the bolt thrower shot, I believe.
Yeah.
There's one. There's 2. He missed with both
Nada.
of those, I think.
Yep.
That
Over to
sucks.
Cavern Dweller, maybe? What are we doing? Oh,
No, that was the roll
nerve
to
check
see
on
if
the
he
Knights,
can
probably.
Yep. Unfortunate. Oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh, he gets him. He
Okay.
gets him, and we're back. Back in hell. Back in hell.
Yeah, I mean, those Knights had taken 2 turns of attacks from the Tundra Wolves, and it only regened a little bit, so... Just roll good for nerve, man. That's the secret to this game. Just roll high for nerve checks.
This game's incredible. All right. All right, so this is probably Cavern Dweller right here, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
There's him just getting
Life
those wounds
leeching,
back. Doesn't
life
give a
leeching
shit.
all the shit. Yeah.
Yep. Just living his best life. If he takes down that unit, he will also most likely burn that token. And they are gone, giving him that token.
Yep.
And we
Yep.
are just
And there's-
further spiraling into madness.
Dale handing it to him like a gentleman, as you do. So Brad is actually technically up 1 point right now.
He is, and the Knights are only really set to charge the Cavern Dweller, and if they are going to be hindered, and the Cavern Dweller doesn't have tons of wounds on him, I don't know how many he has, but probably not many. He can survive that. He's defense 5.
3 less than he did, before that turn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so good. There we go.
All right.
He's going for gold.
Yeah. Kill him, take the center objective. So, yep. Send a guy.
Oh, he's going in as much as he
so
can.
he's
Everything he can.
He's moving off an objective that he wants to stay on to keep a point. But if he picks up that unit, he takes a point from Brad.
Yep. And if he can stay there.
Yeah.
And if he can stay there.
Because,
he
like, really,
if he really wanted to
there you go. Make sure it's dead.
destroy Brad, he could, unless that token is not live, he would just move the Knights over and burn that token.
Yeah, and burn it, right? Because killing the Cavern Dweller does not actually get him anything.
No, and the thing about this that's really funny, once again, he burns that token, he just kills that unit and stays alive. That's it. That's, what, 4 points for him? To Brad's 2?
Yep.
But he's going for it.
He's going for it.
All right,
He's
well,
seeing red. He's ready to kill. Brad baited him.
Brad baited him.
Yep, nope. But it's only turn 5, so if he kills the Cavern Dweller, he can spin around and go
He
stand
can still
on
spin around, yep. He, it's Brad's smile. It just reels you all in.
it. Huh? You want to do it? You want to charge? Huh?
Yep. You gonna do this? You gonna do this?
Huh? Better be fun.
This is devastating. Dale, you got this. Why not both? Good God. Right. So, all right. Well, we're doing. I think we're trying to get Cloak of Death on both units, which should be fairly possible. So that's pretty good. Once again, the Knights hindered could not do it. They lose a Thunder and they lose a. They get a -1 to hit. So we'll see. I think he's possibly going for a Bane Chant. Nope, it looks like heal. Decent heal. Yep, gets him back to full. And the Cavern Dweller will most likely not be able to one-round them, so I don't really know about that.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So we got Bane Chant, which I think just failed. Of course. as you do.
Always.
All right, so we're starting here.
There's one Redeemer. Next
Hell yeah.
Redeemer. All right, moving on to the Centaurs.
All right, here they go. They're 3s to hit. Looks good. Oh, they only have 12 attacks.
Yeah.
Right. Pretty good though. 5 wounds, 6 wounds total.
Yep. 3 to hit. Crush 1. Thunder 1.
As a 3. I don't think that does that. Oop.
Oh no.
Wow. I don't know. I don't know if they're wavered or not, but
Pack hunters are only unit strength 2.
they're
And
fine. Oh,
Centaurs
right.
are unit strength 3. So
He is. He's got to kill him.
missed a waiver by 1. Okay.
Oof.
Yeah. Brad has to kill those centaurs in
Gotta
order to
kill
get the
'em.
middle objective back. Yeah, he said in one redeemer and Bane chanted with the other. Okay. All right. See what we can do on this cavern dweller. These are redemption knights, so they're going to hit on
Oh, boy.
3s. I think this is the elite one. So we'll
This
probably
is the
see
elite
some.
one. They should be hitting on 4s, correct?
No, I'm pretty sure they hit on 3s.
They have Pathfinder.
Oh, you're right. They were on the
Hopefully
wall.
they remember that.
They were on the wall.
Hopefully they remember that they were on the wall. And they should be wounding on 4s unless he Bane chanted them.
Unless this one doesn't have any items on it, it's the naked one. But I thought that one was the one with elite.
And he got him.
Oh, but he got the cavern dweller. Okay,
Once again, I don't know if they actually remembered that he was charging off the wall.
it's a big deal. Now
Or if
turn
it
and
matters.
face the objective. Yes, good.
Good.
Good. That's what you want. Now just don't clock out before you can walk over there and burn it.
Yep.
And, classic. Yeah, and I think we're about ready to go to 6. Just put an ice queen in the way.
Yeah, I thought he was just going to hit with 10 and do 5 wounds because he was doing 4s and 4s.
Yep.
But he had elite. I guess that changes some of it. And they, like I said, they might not have remembered anyway.
All right.
All right, I think he Bane chanted them. And whatever this is here. Oh, he's just going to try and do a hit and wound. I don't even think he hits.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that might be it.
So if that's the ice queen, she has ensnare. So Dale's going to need to run over that and kill it, and then overrun enough to get within 3 of that token by the fountain.
She mighty? She didn't do a wound.
Oh, she didn't do a wound. That's true. He can just
Right.
walk right through her.
Yeah, he can just walk right through it. Looks like a 5. I think they're fine.
5 done 2 wounds. Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, I think that's going to be it.
So that means unless they go to a turn 7, Dale will keep the middle, and now he just since it's not mighty. Yep, Brad's just here you can have it. No problem. Move over there and burn. Now fuck Bane chant. Just everybody in. Everybody in.
I think that's a 4-2 finish right there.
Yep, that's gonna be a 4-2 finish.
He can make it a little bit lesser if he's able to go with the Ice Queen and bolt thrower that unit holding the token and kill them. Which he may as well try. And then we got throwing axes on the skull.
Yeah, if they get a
and they already got wounds on him. Oh, well, he just healed them all, so.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is bottom of 6, though, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. They haven't turned the thing on the table, but we've been counting it. This is the bottom of 6, so.
Ouch. My God. Yeah, I mean, I'd still try and shoot him. Fuck him.
So Dale rolls for 7. There's the roll for 7.
And it goes.
I believe that is a nerd hammer, so that's a 6.
Yeah.
2 turns 7.
All right. Let's do it.
So we are on to the top of 7.
All right. You just see Brad just bolt throwing things in the face.
Basically, yeah. See what we can kill. So, Brad, do you try to kill one of the exemplars for the 2 bonus points? Because if you kill the centaurs, you just take a point away from Dale, but you don't get a point for it.
Would he get a point for killing an exemplar? I thought you had to kill more of the characters. They have to have less scoring things than you do.
I think then he got killed, then was killed on his side. Let me look.
Yeah, sever the head.
Route more non-scoring enemy units than your opponent routes.
So so he's got to get 1.
Right, so he's just got to get 1 because Dale hasn't killed any non-scoring units.
Yep. Yep, and you move Sarakina away. Not that it matters. She has ensnare, so I don't think the 3 attacks are taking her
Yeah.
out, hitting on 4s.
No. Nope, that is pretty much going to be a wrap on this game. There's really no way for
Brad to come back from that.
Brad to come back
Even if
here.
he killed that unit and went for it, he still will have 3 points to his 2.
Right.
But he's still going for it.
And see if you pick him
Yep,
up.
and he's going for the point if he can.
Yeah.
Those are the axes probably right there.
Yep.
And the Scald. All right, we going?
A nerve roll, perhaps?
Oh, God. What is this? 3 wounds.
On the individual. Okay. Yep. Played smart. You pick up that individual. You get 2 points. 2 tournament points.
Rolled a 7, so I got a waiver.
All right. Well, that's not going to do it.
Nope. That was a pretty intense game.
So neither of them will get their bonus objective. That might affect their overall tournament standings because a lot of people have been getting big wins.
As they do.
As they do.
That is the Blizzard Queen, yep. All right, Scald. Looks like the Scald lived.
Probably. Yeah, I don't think any of that's going to matter enough.
Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like Dale was able to pull out the win with a 4-2.
4-2. Yeah, and I mean, for a lot of the middle of that game, it did not look like Dale was gonna have much left on the table by the end. So that was a really good back and forth in the middle a couple of times.
That pickup of the Knights over there by just shooting them was incredible. But
Yeah.
very, very unfortunate for Brad that he rolled that fucking 6 to get flank charged on his horde. If he even rolled a 5, he's fine.
Yep, absolutely.
It happens.
But I mean, these guys killed the shit out of each other. Like that's 2 units of that's 2 scoring units left on the table for Dale, and that's it. Everything else is just a handful of individuals. So big attrition there. Again, neither of them got their 2-point objective, so nobody's going to score more than 21. Dale's probably looking like a 19, maybe.
Yeah, which he had really good leads up till there. I'm sure some of the other players though are probably going to start to catch up within a point or 2. Whereas otherwise, it would have been further behind by 4 or 5.
Yep.
So I don't know. We'll see once they put their scores in.
We will see once they put their scores in. But that's going to be game, and we're going to close our stream there. I'd like to thank everybody for watching today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We're going to do it again tomorrow, rounds 4 and 5. Round 4 tomorrow morning will start at 10 a.m. Right back here on this channel. I will, of course, post on Facebook when we're about to get started. And you can follow along with the tournament results as people put their scores in via the spreadsheet that I posted on the tournament website, which you can go check out. It's also posted on Facebook in a couple places. Other than that, I think that's about it.
That's it.
So we're gonna go ahead and sign off, and we will see everybody tomorrow.
Yes, we will.
Take care, folks.